whole month being thankful. And I really love this idea. There's something, when we think about like what all the little weird symbolism that we think about for Thanksgiving, like the big cornucopia and like the pulling in of the harvest and celebrating everything that we have and being thankful for that. It's if you don't get of things, actually sit in the knowing of gratitude and being thankful. It's different. We there's so much doing in our world, doing, and there's so many obligations in our world. We feel, these like big, heavy obligations to so many things, and then it like we lose the ability to just be present. We lose the ability to just be grateful, because then everything comes down to like, did you remember to defrost the turkey? Did you, get the right type of stuffing? Now we have people who are gluten-free, they can't have stuffing. Can we do the gluten-free stuffing? Did we do, you know what I mean? Everything turns into that instead of what it just means to just be and be grateful. And so when we're kind of coming up on this time of year, I always feel like Thanksgiving is the kickoff to the holiday season. I'm old-fashioned in that way, I think, because that's what it always felt like as a kid. We had like Thanksgiving, holiday weekend, and then all the Christmas stuff came out, right? And the Thanksgiving Day parade, and that was like the kickoff as a child for that for me. Now it's like in July, we go and there's like Christmas trees and there's all this stuff. And so we kind of lose the ability to be able to just really savor in the experience and the wonderment of it. Now it's just commercialized. So, and we'll talk about that next month when I go into all of my movie quotes about things being commercialized. So for tonight, let's just take a minute before we go into our Thanksgiving dinner and our time with our families or whomever we're going to be spending time with, let's go ahead and just make sure that we take a moment to pause and be really, really grateful for where all of this is coming from, how we're getting these things, okay? So let's go ahead and just sit up nice and tall. Is everybody comfortable temperature-wise? Yeah? Okay. Good, it's just me. It is warm, isn't it? Yeah, but everybody's okay? All right. Are you guys okay? All right. Because we could turn the air conditioning on, or would you rather me not?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just left the doors open. I figured that would...
Yeah, it hasn't really. So I feel like... Is it clicking on? No. Could we turn it down a little bit?
That's one way to admit it.
I'd be so happy if we turned it down. I would be deeply grateful for our modern age of AC. Just a little bit.
It's a little warm.
Yeah. Yeah. And I am grateful. But I will be even more grateful if we have just a little bit cooler air. So, okay. So going ahead and just everybody sitting up nice and tall. Quinn, did you want, before you get too settled in, just shut the back lights off. Leave the fronts the way that they are. That's better. Okay. So if you're lying down, just allowing yourself, make sure that your airway, you can breathe properly. If you're sitting up, just allowing yourself to kind of roll your shoulders back gently, tuck your chin slightly so that you feel like your head and upper body are in line together. And then it's nice to just barely allow your your cheeks for your bottom to sink into the cushion. And then you should feel a nice, comfortable elongation from your bowl of your pelvis up to the crown of your head. You can have your palms face down or palms face up, whatever feels better to you. Allow yourself to connect with your breath, with your eyes closed gently. Gesundheit, you're fine. You're fine. So you can feel the breath as it comes in and your chest and your belly expand and then contract back down again. So just envisioning, if you can, this really, really beautiful, almost picturesque Thanksgiving table. The cranberries and the mashed potatoes and the stuffing. And in my family growing up, we always had a lasagna, turkey, ham, whatever it is that your family does, or tofurkey. Pretty china, pretty napkins. Everything's just lovely. As we kind of peel back from that moment in time, just envisioning that prep work, that went into that. The hands, the preparation, the time, the love, the planning. And allowing yourself to go back another step and kind of see yourself at the grocery store. Just taking a minute to be really grateful for the cashier, the kindness. Even if you went through the self-checkout, maybe there was somebody that was very pleasant on your way out. And allowing yourself to go back even further from there, and all the fresh vegetables that you had to pick and the different things. Maybe you went to a farm to get them. Maybe you went to the grocery store. Just thinking about all those people that have to unload those trucks and do all of that work to make sure that just the right pretty produce is put out there for you to pick. And going back again another step and seeing those people who drive those trucks. Some of them drive such long distances and make a lot of sacrifices in order to make sure that we have the foods that we have so easily available to us at the grocery store. And just going back again to the places that process all that produce or different things, making sure everything is clean, making sure everything is nice, making sure everything is packed well. So many hands, so many people working so hard on your behalf. allowing yourself to go back again to those farmers and people who work in the fields, people who tend and make sure that everything is picked at the appropriate time. Even taking a minute just to allow yourself to be deeply grateful for their work and their effort and how your money is blessing them and their families too. And then allowing yourself to go back a little bit further now to the beautiful plant. And feeling the warmth of the sun on the leaves of those plants. And the rainwater or the watering system. And then going down into the soil. And envisioning the richness of the soil, the dark richness of the soil. And the little microbes and all the little worms, things that just work so hard to turn the soil and make sure everything is moving and irrigated properly. And then going right down to the seed. That first initial seed. And you can see now how one seed doesn't just produce so many more things to consume. How that one seed actually produces so many more aspects for abundance in your life. So many people's lives have been blessed because of that one seed. And allow your heart to expand and feel into the gratitude of the money that you spend on the food in preparation for your family or friends or for yourself. And every life that was affected and blessed all along the way. From the seed to you, and from you all the way back to the seed. Allowing yourself to sit in this moment of interdependency and gratitude. Thinking about how each person's life is so blessed by this one meal that you are getting ready to consume. And even if it's just a quiet time for you to consume your one meal with yourself, feeling that ripple effect, something as simple as a meal. So now, just for fun, imagine yourself taking that first bite, whatever your favorite thing is in your meal. See how much better it tastes, knowing every hand that played a role. Allow yourself to be more connected to your breathing. Being much more aware of your rise of your chest and your belly as you inhale and exhale. Start to give yourself permission to move a little bit. Starting to come back into this time and space. And when you're ready, and not a moment before, you can open up your eyes. So, Thanksgiving is a nice day. I always thought that I was going to do like all these really cool traditions, like have like little place cards and have everybody like say something that they were grateful for. I think we did that one year. And so I always had really cool ideas. We just didn't have a lot of follow through. But Thanksgiving was always just like a nice way to just kind of be. And then we went through a period of time where we spent every Thanksgiving at a casino because I didn't want to cook. And then that kind of ran its course for a few years when we lived in Chicago. part of it was I didn't want to go and be around family. I don't know if anybody ever feels like that. That was like a thing. I was like, yeah, we have a tradition, keep it small. And part of it was like, I was like, I'm good. I don't want to do that. And and then it just became like really important for me to just like honor my happiness with my family. And so that's kind of what we started to do. It went from, and then I went through a period where I felt like I had to make excuses for that. And then I was like, oh no, I can actually just say it. Like I can just say it. And I don't want to have family feud and I don't want to do all of those things. I just want to have family peace. And so it was just my little family doing our Thanksgiving thing. And, it was nice. It was actually really nice. So different time and season for all different things for people's lives. And I encourage everybody to honor whatever feels right to them. You know what I mean? So whatever feels good to you, it should be a time of gratitude and happiness. And sometimes that can be rough. So honor what feels right to you and be grateful. Be deeply grateful. It reminds me of, and if anybody remembers the cartoon Anastasia, but she's like having to leave the orphanage and she's like, I'd be grateful. So, I don't mean like that. I mean like genuinely, like abundantly grateful, because good things happen when we're abundantly grateful. Okay, so just in the way of announcements, we have Thursday is obviously Thanksgiving, and Asha is going to be doing a 9 a.m. flow class. It goes from 9 to 10:10. It is a donation-based class. Please donate what you can, what you feel is right. Then we have, and Friday, we have a kids yoga class. And Jessica is so excited about that. She has all these cool little cards that she put together and these gratitude cards and different asana that she's going to do with the kids. And they're going to make these gratitude baskets. And so that'll be cool. And that is at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And it goes from 12 to 1:30. So if you want to sign up for that, Quentin can get you signed up for that. Then this weekend we don't have anything, which is a little bit of a reprieve because we have our ZenLife holiday party. So sorry, y'all not invited unless you work here. And then we have going into December, just so that you guys know, little shifts and changes are happening. We have on Sunday morning, we are bringing Kundalini Yoga back onto the schedule. It will be at 8 o'clock in the morning. It will go from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then we have the flow class that's normally at 9 o'clock in the morning is shifting to 9:15 in the morning. So just so people are kind of aware of that. I know not a lot of people in here practice, but some do enough that it's like an important announcement for me to make. And then we have a couple of events coming up in December that I'd like you guys to be aware of. Gesundheit. We've got, you're fine. So we have on the 14th, Nancy is doing a bowl workshop or a bowl presentation for the full moon. It's the cold moon. And she's doing that, and all the proceeds for that are going to go to Carlin's Animal Sanctuary. Then the weekend after that, Job Carr will be doing the gong for the equinox, so on the 21st. And we only could do that twice a year now, and that's really, really cool. It like completely resets your central nervous system. So both really, really good events in December. Then we have some closure times. There will be on Christmas Eve. There is a special Christmas Eve meditation that night. It will start at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Okay, so if that's something that you want to do, that's what we're going to be offering that. Then the following week on New Year's Eve, we do not have any classes. So I like people to not be on the roads at all, because I'm kind of concerned about people not driving safely on New Year's Eve. So if you are somewhere safe, just stay somewhere safe. You don't have to come out to ZenLife that night. And then the last thing is we do have our Black Friday sale, and the Black Friday sale starts on Thursday, and it will go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and everything in the boutique is 15% off. And then we have packages and memberships that are on sale as well. So last thing that I want to make sure that I bring up, and we're going to be doing this in the newsletter, and we're going to put out a little thing about it. So Linda Heller was the previous owner of ZenLife, and she's very sick. I just heard from her friend. He came here today and asked us if we would post a thing about that they're doing a GoFundMe for her. She has breast cancer, and she's very, very ill. And so they have a lot of medical expenses. So we're going to be putting a GoFundMe on our website for that to help Linda. The whole reason why we have ZenLife is because Linda worked so hard to keep it going before I took it over. And so anything that we can do to help her would be really, really cool. So, okay. So, and that's it for